afternoon and welcome to On the Spot Motorsports Media. I'm your host, Mitchell Gunter, right along with Robert Simpson. And tonight we have a special guest, Daen Paepke. He's going to be joining us. He is the Pro Outlaw Champion in the Western Pro Extreme Series. So we're going to talk everything motorcycles tonight. I tell you what, it's going to be a great show, Robert.
Yes, we look forward to it. We haven't talked to Dean since the beginning of the year. Actually, no, we caught back up with him again at Indy. And we're so excited to have him back on it and after winning his championship out there on the West Coast. So we look forward to this conversation.
Yeah, very remarkable man. Does a lot of work behind the scenes with Natalie Torrance at the track. So when you see everybody going up to do their burnouts and stuff, all the teams and stuff on the starting line, you will see Daen there taking photos and videos and stuff for the team. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But before we get started, we have a few messages, and we'll be right back after this.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit, we'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. Backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing Products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.
Daen, first of all, I want to thank you for coming back onto the show. I think it's been a year since we last had you on, and that's when you was making the move over there to run the 790 index class. And I tell you what, you've done very well with it. You ended up with a championship at the end of the season. So we kind of want to take a little jog back to memory lane of how it all came about, how many wins that you had on the year, and I think you pretty much won all of them, except for maybe one.
Well, thank you guys for having me. It's been almost, I believe, 2 years now since
maybe 2 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Early 2024. But yeah, it was. I think then we were getting ready. We went onto the Pro Stock body bike, and this past year we did the Western Pro Extreme 790 Index Outlaw class, which was extremely fun. Just the whole heads up scenario and getting as close to Pro Stock as you can. It was really fun. Had a great team with Karen and Gary Stouffer behind me, and Gary did an extreme job of tuning the bike where if I cut like an 80 light in one of the rounds, the bike was still close enough to the index where we still got the round. So Gary and Karen did a great job, and it was a fun season. We got 3 out of the 5 wins in the series, and by the time we went to the championship weekend, we just needed to qualify, and the championship was already ours. But it's a great series, and just really thankful for being able to work with Gary and Karen.
Well, I tell you what, that probably took off a lot of stress off of you, knowing that all you had to do is go up there and qualify and make the field to sum up the championship. Unlike what's going on right now in the NHRA ranks, there's a lot of nervous people out there in all the professional categories right now.
Yeah, it was really nice actually, and my nerves were a little high. And then Clayton Howie, who's aboard Kelly Clantz's bike right now, it's me and him going at it. So once I found out he was going to Dallas, it eased a lot of tension. But yeah, right now with Gage and Richard, I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I can't say who I'm rooting for, but one of the black and orange bikes I'm rooting for. But either way,
you're not gonna be able to tell. You can't say because they're both buddies. Yeah,
right. But they're both they've been both great mentors to me, and just both very down to earth people. But either way, whoever it goes to, it's gonna be great for either one of them. I can't wait to see it play out in Pomona.
And tell you something that was really funny. We had Richard on the podcast, and we told him, says, hey, usually when we have somebody on the podcast, they really do good the next following weeks, and they usually win or they're number one qualifier. And what does he do? He goes out there and he does both in the same weekend. And so he's like, man, y'all can have me on anytime that y'all want me.
I remember talking to him about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's only one basically that hasn't yet, and that's Braden, and he's been this close, like multi times, and it's coming. It's coming. It's just a matter of time for sure.
It's just very
hasn't happened
unfortunate,
yet.
just the different mishaps that have happened. Being so close, and also one thing I really like about him is being a younger guy like me and kind of showing how well he can mix it up with veterans.
Right. Absolutely, and showing just like yourself that you've been around, you experienced it, you experienced the pressure of it, and also the competitiveness, and like I said, from the different motorcycle fields that you're in. So that's helpful, and them coming from a different series of motorcycles, and Richard in Grudge and stuff like that. So it helps. It helps just build your background and build you up. And I also wanted to tell you congratulations,
Thank you.
because you said last year it's like hey, we're moving over to the 790, or we're doing this. It's it's going to be tough, but we're going at it, and it showed. Hard work paid off. So
Well,
so what tracks did you win at this year? I'm sorry, that's
So
this one. After.
this year we won at Sonoma. So we started off winning the first event in Phoenix, and then we moved to Bakersfield and Sonoma. And out of all the tracks we raced at, I was most from when I first got the schedule in January. I was like, no matter what, we got to win in Sonoma because that's where I started my racing career with Run White Racing and karting when I was in middle school. So that was one track I
Oh,
was really nervous to do well at, and I was just really glad we were able to get the win. And it was on a Father's Day as well, which I was
oh,
really
that's
glad that
great.
my dad was there too. And
Oh, that's great.
he actually is in front of me and helps me line up too. So knowing he was there and able to get the win for him, and also Gary, who I'd say is like my track dad,
Hmm.
meant a lot to me personally, and being able to just kind of capitalize on the weekend, not only because of Father's Day, but because of how meaningful Sonoma Raceway is for me personally.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You told us about the history running the other events there. So I imagine you had a lot of events or a lot of friends that were able to attend that event.
Yeah, it was really cool, and kind of going up on the hill where they have the kart track. We're able to
Hmm.
kind of walk on the track and relive some good memories. But we had some of our crew guys. We had my personal mechanic Scott Formanek, who was out there for a day, and it was really a cool full circle moment for me, knowing that they've known about the dream since we first departed from karting. But it's a really cool moment for me, and knowing that they were there supporting and also enjoying it, and be able to compare and contrast between like the drag bike or just drag racing in general and the different karting setups too, which is really cool to see how much actually overlaps compared to with them being so different. You wouldn't think they would overlap so much, but it was really cool and just one of my favorite memories.
now just real quick, talk about the difference and the similarities between the 790 bike and what they run right now in pro stock motorcycle. What are some of the similarities?
So with the 790 index, for us personally, I was on board Karen's Pro Stock bike. So of course, the Pro Stock chassis and body itself is one thing that's very similar, such as like going on the two step and shift lights. Just kind of all those are just more of the broad similarities. But with the 790 index, you have some turbo Hayabusas that can go on as
Mm.
well with a slider clutch, and they just come flying by you at like 190, and you can't lift or anything during the index. But for the majority, going back to the pro stock body, pro stock motorcycles, they shift 5 times, and we shift 4 times during the run. And they obviously 60 foot a lot harder than us, so they'll 60 foot about 104, 105, and then we will 60 foot depending on the track and elevation from like 113s to like 117s. And it's that 60 foot's the biggest difference. And as well, they use a vacuum pump in their engine setup where we do not. So there's quite a few similarities regarding our program. And like me personally, we throw the clutch and do everything like how you would see Gage or Richard do. Just those few mechanical differences like shifting, the vacuum pump, and just different tune-ups as well. But yeah, there's a lot of similarities with our setup and Pro Stock motorcycle. But when you include like the turbo Hayabusas and the Novar bikes, there's a lot of not a whole lot of similarities there.
Diversity, some diversity for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you ran against turbo bikes in your class. I thought they were all naturally aspirated combinations. But
Yeah, that was it was kind of freaky seeing them fly by me during one of the qualifying passes, but it was cool too.
yeah, yeah, especially if you didn't expect it. You know, if you really
Yeah.
didn't realize it, and all of a sudden, you're like, what the? But
Well, I think we had like a 116 60 foot, and then the guy next to me had like a 138. So after I let go of the clutch, I look over and I don't see him. I'm like, where's this guy? And then once we got to about 1,200 feet, I just see him come right by. I'm like, whoa. It was cool.
yeah, we get some of those flybys in bracket racing on our side on door
Yeah.
cars, but I can imagine you going that quick. Now, what kind of speed do you carry with yours?
So for us in the Pro Outlaw, going back to how it changes from track to track, we'll usually range about like 165 to very low 170s, but on average about like 168.
Okay.
And then like in Bakersfield, Phoenix, we do like 790 index. In Sonoma, actually, we went down to 780, just to take in the elevation difference, being at sea
Right.
level, and just being able to go that much faster. But usually about like 168, and then like low 170s, like in Sonoma.
Well, you know what's so good about that circuit is you do race on different tracks, different
Right.
elevations. That throws a little bit of a challenge in there for you and also for the other competitors.
Right, and it's cool too. For me, it was our first pro series, so being able to like race against racers like Clayton Howie or Aaron Pine, who used to run with Lucas Oil, I believe, but just having some different pro stock motorcycles, and of course the different Top Fuel Harleys and pro extreme guys who would run in like the low and like mid 6 seconds. So it was cool to have different backgrounds of racers there too, which for me as a student made it just that much more enjoyable to take in all the diversity that was there.
Man, do you want to ride one of those one day? Top Fuel Harley?
I don't think I would ride a Top Fuel Harley. Actually got asked by one of the guys out there if I'd ride it, but I much rather ride one of the XDA Grudge bikes, Pro Street bikes, before I ever even thought about getting on a Top Fuel Harley.
Are those the no bar street tire style bikes? I mean, I know
Yes.
they're stretched and everything, but
That's what you'll see Gage and Richard ride.
okay.
Yeah, that's where they cut their teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
Low sixes at 220, 230.
And I think that's what made it really easy for them to come right over and jump on the pro stock bikes.
Right, and I believe like the pro stock bikes that push around 400 to 500 horsepower, and with the different turbo or nitrous bikes over there, I think they can get like 7 to 1,000 horsepower even for some bikes. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but just from some of the things I'm seeing on like Instagram and Facebook, it's just being able, like what you said, Mitch, being able to adapt from going so quick and slowing down. I think it's definitely one thing that's helped, especially Gage, be able to adapt so quickly and be so successful off the bat.
I believe so. I mean, every motion that they take on the bike is way slower than what they would do to change the direction of the bike going down the track.
Right.
If you start going over left or right, you wouldn't have to lean as fast as you would like you would on one of those other bikes to correct it.
Oh, exactly. So it's
Well, you
and
wouldn't
it's
lean. You actually use your hips.
pressure.
English,
Right.
yeah.
Push down on the foot pegs or
Pegs,
rotate your hips. But
Right.
it's cool also seeing like some writers like Malcolm Phillips come over
Hmm.
as well. And then of course you have Braden Davis and Braden Liddon who come over from like PDRA and XD as well.
Right.
For it's cool as a fan of the sport as well, seeing different backgrounds, racing backgrounds, come over to the NHRA and also being able to know one day that we'll have similar experience with the Western Pro Extreme going to the NHRA as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, that leads on to the next question: is what is your next step? What is your next plan that you are hoping to do after your 790?
So the next step is to take on Pro Stock Motorcycle. And with Gary and Karen SEI, um,
It's like
we've
yes.
been work we've been working with them since late 2022 with the idea of getting ready to license and race pro stock motorcycle at some point. So we started with a 9 second bracket bike, small tire wheelie bar bike,
Hmm.
and then slowly progressed to now we're at the 790s, going even as fast as 760s, and getting ready to take that next step to pro stock. But
Hmm.
it's we worked very me and Gary worked very close together to making sure that I take the proper steps so you don't have some riders out there who you're like they should not be on the bike. But so when I hop on the bike, it'll look like that I'm comfortable and it looks like that I know what I'm doing from all the prior experience and training prior.
Hmm.
But the big thing, not a lot of people know this, but when me and my dad were getting into it, we did not know how intense motorcycle drag racing is. Just everything that goes in it is like it's unlike any other class out there.
Believe that. Totally believe that. And that's coming from a family that is very competitive in many, many different fields. Your family is so diverse in many different competitions of your brothers and sisters and his family. It's amazing. So to hear you say that about motorcycle when you got involved with it, it's quite surprising because y'all are very, very competitive. So
Yeah,
And I think, one of the best things that you did was to start at the 9 second bike and work your way up to where you are now. There's so many people that, they think they can, well, I've drove a street bike for years. I think I can hop on that and handle it. And I've seen some of that when George Bryce ran his,
the school.
his school out at Gainesville Raceway, and a couple times I'm like, George, are they going to lose their head? Because they take off and their heads all flopping around all over the place and stuff. And he goes, "Yeah, they just won't listen to me. Some people
well, that
won't
was
listen."
one of the biggest things since we actually started like 4 years prior before ever getting on a drag bike with Supermoto to get that experience of knowing how to handle a bike and becoming almost like an instinct. But when I first got on the drag bike, I was like, what is going on? And one of the biggest things for me actually was getting used to having my feet go straight to the pegs instead of kind of dangling out like you see some supercross riders do or uh, MotoGP riders. They kind of dangle their feet for a second. So that was a big, I want to say big, but it was definitely a learning curve making that adjusting to that new discipline of riding bar bikes and kind of
Hmm.
I almost wouldn't say maybe I would say humbling, but just how much discipline and almost like ballet it is to ride those pro stock body bikes.
I can believe that. That totally makes sense. The finesse that you have to have, and like you said, changing or being disciplined, and like you said, the transition from one style bike to the other. Because Mitchell and I, we all watch different racers, and like I said, how you stage with your, I say staging with your toes. I don't know if that's the proper term, but rolling it in and where your body is positioned. You see different riders, some more upright, some more tucked before they even roll in, and all that affects how they handle and how they react. The more we've talked to people like yourself, the more we're learning about that. So I can imagine, you're transitioning over from one to the other, but it shows a lot of wisdom. Starting in the slower speeds and ETs and working your way up.
Right. And like what you said about the staging, that's actually one thing I've personally been working on a lot too. Like you see Chase engage big time, almost stage upright and then throw their body forward
Right.
and leaving with the bike instead of kind of being tucked down. And of course, it depends on size as well, but there's a lot of different preferences and also what helps the bike the most.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the things, I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the things that, when we had Richard Gaston on, he would talk about, like the female riders, Angie Smith, Gianna, they
Kelly.
actually
Yeah.
pretty much, they stay down on the body of the bike when they leave. And, the other people, they jump forward, use those ab muscles in their stomach to leave with the bike. There's all different types of forms, and Richard was also explaining. You can probably validate this. People steer the bike differently. Some people use the pegs. Some people use their hips. Some people hang a leg out a little bit to correct it. I guess it's just pretty much personal preference of
Right.
how you steer the bike when you have a crosswind or something like that to affect you.
Yeah. From my experience, it's definitely a personal preference. Like putting pressure on the pegs and moving your hips is what I tend to do the most. But at first, going back to supermoto, like you can't lean the bike with how flat the tire is. You have to put pressure to actually steer the bike instead of lean it over to steer it.
Hmm. Okay, that
Right.
makes sense. I didn't realize that. But now, for example, when you were talking about on how you particularly control. For example, I've heard Vegas, like half track on the crosswinds can be quite vicious. So I imagine on a
Right.
bike like yours, it really y'all are, as riders, y'all are aware that once you reach a certain point to really be on your toes or to look for any indicators. What can you basically do other than what you said? Just basically, shift your hips or something like that, or do you mentally like prepare for it and like kind of go into it before you get to the crosswind?
So two answers to that question actually. So like what you see, like Gage, I know he does it the most. You can see him lining himself before he gets lined up. Sometimes when I'm getting lined up, I'll notice which way I'm pointing. I know in the back of my mind that I need to steer it right or steer it left. But going down the track, it's actually, to me it's funny, and it's going. I believe Angel said this at one point, that when you put on that helmet, you're a different person. But
Mm-hmm.
once I'm going down the track, I react. I don't even think about what I'm doing, but it's going back to being like an instinct, going to be acting on instinct. So
Right.
after the run, I'll know how I reacted, and if I didn't react, then it's in the back of my mind. So at about 1,000 foot, that's where it's happening. It's already like a robot. It's already going to happen. I don't have to tell myself to do it. So it's
Makes
just a
sense.
lot of, for me, it's a lot on just a feel and instinctively doing it instead of consciously thinking about what to do.
Totally
What
makes
what
sense.
has what has been the most challenging thing that you have faced, going advancing up through the different classes to get where you are right now?
Um, it's this has probably been more of a mental thing than anything. So I did track throughout all of high school and then runner up state my senior year. But doing the 4 and 800 meters, if you guys are familiar with that, are some of the
Oh, I
most
am.
uh, most you have to have the most grip for it, and they hurt a lot. But for me, seeing those yellow lights for about the first 6 months of riding, in my mind, that translated to the gun firing off for the beginning of the meet. So this may sound a little messy, but it was being able to translate that those yellow lights were not the gun firing off, knowing that it wasn't going to hurt like how in the track meets you're all nervous, you got the butterflies like no other, and you're going to hurt, you're going to hate it, but afterwards it's done. But once I was able to mentally recognize that it's nothing like track, I was able to ride a lot more relaxed and be able to enjoy and intake it a lot more. So not so much with being going faster, but being more mentally prepared and knowing that it's not like track and field where once you start running it's going to hurt, where it's very fun and very fortunate to be able to do it. So being able to know that just how fortunate I am and how fun it is made it much more enjoyable. And like my first months of riding the bike, I was like, okay, I'm nervous because I was translating it back to track, which was not healthy whatsoever.
I
Right.
never thought about that. That's a good and good example. Never thought about you. You were so geared to the pain you were getting ready to experience.
Right.
You're like going, "Hey, wait a minute. It's exciting, but we're having fun. We're doing this because we want to." So that totally makes sense. I never thought about that. Makes me think I don't want to go running again in the way I used to. But
Dane, you see who joined in watching the podcast tonight, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I believe she just commented too, right?
yep,
Yes. Yeah, I tell you what, she is a wonderful person. I got to meet her. What was it? 2 years ago, Robert. We met Clay's sister there at the
actually,
pits, and we
it
done an
was
interview.
it was this year. It was this year because
Was it this year? Okay.
yeah, we interviewed Billy.
Yeah,
Uh,
Billy Carroll.
and
Yes.
Billy Carroll there, and we met Miss Leah, and just wonderful people. Just took us right in. Come on in, like okay,
And we appreciate the hospitality too. We really do.
Oh yeah, yeah, really do. So they're great people, and the people that you're associated with, Dean. Everybody we speak to, they speak very highly of you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
With what you do for the Team Capco, and everybody, and more than Team Capco, but I mean, you're
Yeah.
involved everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find Dean, just if any car is running or if there's any racing going on, you're gonna have a hard time finding him because he is literally everywhere. Starting line, warm ups, in the pits, in the tower, he's making it happen. So you do some
Yeah, I
excellent
know.
work, by the way.
And you know he
Doing
does a
in,
lot of work, especially when he shared with us that he had over 80,000 videos and stuff on his phone. That right there is a hardworking person.
yeah,
it's
yeah, for sure.
it's been very fun working with Natalie Torrance and Innovative Creation Experts. It's been able to allow me to meet people like Clay and his sisters, and I really enjoy looking forward to seeing them each weekend, especially where she actually has a video of me filming Clay's warm up, and I'm making like an ugly like nitro face.
Yeah, yeah,
And I remember seeing that one time, and the next time I saw her, I'm like, you really you clipped me. But it's I always enjoy seeing them. But yeah, it's been very fun. I've been very blessed and privileged to work with Natalie Torrance and Innovative Creation Experts, especially seeing the behind the scenes of the NHRA and the pro side of it.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Um, so how many teams did you work with, at an event? Because I know it was more than two.
Right.
Yeah, so primarily I've been helping out Vance and Hines and Coletta's along with Paulie and then Rickware Racing.
Mhm.
And then we have a team who we each specialize with some people, but for this year's most, it's been like Vance and Hines for bikes, and then Nitro, Rick Ware helping out with Coletta's, and then Paulie as well. So for me, it's a good handful that's been very keeps me busy. I'm able to give each person a lot of time and make meaningful relationships with the team and drivers as well.
That's good. That's good. Now tell us something. Now, your next transition, your goal is to run pro stock bikes.
Correct.
Okay, so how does that look? I mean, when do you think that might happen?
Right now, we're aiming for next year if things come together like how they have been.
Hmm.
So that would be the goal, and ideally be a full-time season as well.
Okay.
But of course, there comes the business side of it that definitely takes a toll on being able to actually do it. So right now, we're currently in talks with some people to make that all happen, but the goal is next year.
I got you. I got you. But you're still going to have something to ride when you're working on this pro stock. You're still going to be running your 790 bike, correct?
Yes, that would be the goal, to be able to do some different bracket racing series or different outlaw series or index series as well. Just you see Gage and Richard do it. I know Richard's been posting a lot about the pro mud bike Vance and Hines has been working on, but
Right.
for me it'd be fun to stay out in those worlds and keep those relationships, but also keep my feet wet in other different categories of racing, drag racing, so I don't get accustomed to just pro stock motorcycle. I'm able to transition any learned skills from other racings back to the pro stock bike.
And that's what makes it so positive with the NHRA Pro Stock motorcycle schedule is there is some free time in between some of the races
Right.
to allow you to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's I know for me when I first saw the schedule, I thought about going back, like the potential idea of going back to supermoto. That also brought up some habits that I brought over from supermoto, like leaning the bike when you're not supposed to. So I think the possibility of me able to do other different drag racing series is one thing I would definitely love to pursue.
I think this one's for you.
Yeah, so on one of the first passes on the pro stock body bike,
Mhm.
I actually leaned the bike, and if I leaned it a little too much harder, I probably would have slid out. So carrying those bad habits from supermoto into drag bikes is one thing where it's like, okay, that's enough supermoto, but it was definitely a good introduction to motorcycle and motorcycle racing and different habits that transition over to drag racing.
Oh man, because I didn't even
Yeah,
think about that till reading that. It's like once you reach probably a certain point, then it
Yeah,
just washes out, and there's no. Oh
Yeah,
man.
your dad. He talked to me a little bit about when that happened, what progressed.
yeah, yeah. I got an earful from everyone, but it definitely made it worth it looking
Oh yeah,
back.
yeah. He did tell us that that was the hardest thing is trying to break certain habits, just that come naturally with riding a bike and your experience.
Well,
But
I mean,
part of
that's
it,
what you was used for.
Right.
Used to doing that style of racing.
No, 100%. It's like one thing I said earlier, just bringing those different habits in from just having a general feel for a motorcycle has definitely helped me, I believe, helped me progress a lot faster than other riders who never been on any other type of motorcycle and then hopping on a drag bike. So it's definitely a huge blessing to be able to work with some of the people out in Salt Lake City and having them teach me the right way and how to ride aggressively, but also safely as well, which definitely helped when I first got on the drag bike.
it's
But
only
then on
makes
the
sense.
backside, I had some of those bad habits I had to clean up.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
that's true. But you had people there around you to help guide you and
Right.
direct you to make you aware of it. Now, I take it you're going to be on a Suzuki. That's your
Yes.
plan. Okay. No, I just noticed, ladies and gentlemen, no pause whatsoever. It just yes. So, so we're looking for you next year to be on a pro stock bike at some
Yes,
time during the
that'd be
year,
correct.
as the as things work out. Now, everybody's got to get on board with Daen. Everybody's got to get on board with them. If you're out there and want to get involved in pro stock bikes, okay, which is really over the past handful of years turned to a very exciting class. Very diverse, but very exciting. Y'all need to get involved with this young man. I mean, he does excellent. He carries himself well, promotes himself and all his companies very well. So
Yeah.
y'all need to get out there.
Thank you.
You know, the one good thing about becoming a marketing partner with a pro stock motorcycle program is that it's a little cheaper than well, it's way cheaper than the nitro
Yeah.
cars for sure, and it is a little cheaper than say the pro stock car category. But the demographics is still there. The people still see your brand, and a lot of people will pick up their telephones and search that brand if it's something that they've never heard of before,
Hmm.
and that creates your company a lot of traffic
Yep.
without spending the big bucks of putting your name on a nitro burning firing machine out there.
Oh,
And to me,
100%.
the racing is more competitive and pro stock motorcycle than ever before. I mean,
Yes.
just look at the fields, look at the qualifying. Everybody's a killer on the tree. So it's a really good opportunity for companies to come on board and support you.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
wide open
thank you.
market. It is an absolutely
And
wide open market.
one thing I love personally as a fan watching pro stock motorcycles is I was talking to Chase Van Sant one time about this, but out of all the classes, you can actually see the driver doing all the work on the pro stock bike. You can see them
Yeah.
leaving the line, shifting, moving their body, and steering the bike. Where in pro stock, funny car, and Top Fuel, they're inside the car, so you can't see them move that much whatsoever,
Right.
unless they have to pop out of the car,
Of course.
something
Of
happen on the
course.
track. But also being able to see one thing personally, as I enjoy seeing and knowing about PSM, like Vance and Hines, Matt Smith Racing as well, and Chase Van Sant. You can see their suits, which in all the other categories you can't see their suits as well, and you can see their
Right.
helmet paints. Which one thing I'm really big on, especially in all form of motorsports, is the different paint jobs that you can see. So being able to see the different cosmetics of the gloves, the leathers, and the helmet is
Yes.
one thing I also think that can really tie back into marketing and making you stand out of all the cars and bikes on track.
Completely agree. That's a great way of speaking about that because you're right because you can see the total action of the rider from the time they start the bike, looking back at the crew, communication with the crew, to the burnouts and everything. You could see everything that's going on, including getting situated before the run. Not to mention, you're right about the colors and the graphics. Uh, some of the helmets are absolutely stunning. Some of the artwork, not only that on the bikes, but I'm just saying, particularly the helmets. And I like it when riders and bikes have nicknames, have something that sticks in your mind, whatever it might be. But I think that's really good, and people can relate to that.
Right. Yeah.
So
So that's I'm of course biased when saying this, but I think not only from being able to ride the bike, but the different cosmetics as well, as I think why I definitely like pro stock motorcycles. A fan is my favorite class.
makes sense. That does make sense. But we would all agree that what's really draws a lot of people, especially more recently, to pro stock bikes is not only the relatability of it. You can relate when you can see a Buell or a Harley in past, you know what I mean, to Suzuki and stuff like that. You can relate to them, but also the performance across the board. The performance is absolutely amazingly tight, and you can just watch the stats as the rounds go off. And most of the time, it comes down to the rider themselves.
Right.
That's decided. That's how Indy was decided. That's how other events was decided. Was literally by the reaction time, and that's what makes it super exciting.
Oh, 100%. And like for me, when I'm riding my street bike around town, I can, if I'm at a stoplight, I'll sometimes not, act like I'm leaving the line
Yep.
at the
Yep.
strip. So it's definitely brings in a lot more relatability, especially with how big bikes are just in general, especially with sport bikes and the new Gen 3 Hayabusa that came out not too long ago. So it's
hmm
I think, especially being a college kid myself and even in high school, seeing the amount of kids that would ride sport bikes to school or just even like cruisers makes it a lot more relatable than
Right.
having like a Camaro or Mustang. No diss on any of the other car pro categories,
Right.
but
Right.
makes it a lot more relatable knowing that hey, I can swing over my leg on a bike too and act like I'm fully tucked, shifting through the gears. Just makes it a lot more appealing. In my
Well,
opinion.
and
Right.
I think that's really good for marketing partners to come on board because that demographic is there. You're going to have people who ride motorcycles that are going to come to the track and watch the races. And they're coming there to watch the pro stock motorcycle category because
Oh,
that's what
exactly.
they associate themselves with.
And it's like our in our Phoenix event for Western Pro Extreme is probably my favorite event, not only because it was our first one of the year, but because it was a bike only event. And that made it so much fun. They had a Harley stunt show going on, and they had
Oh,
the drag racing going on. So it was just seeing the amount of people in Phoenix. Of course, it's a big city, but just how many people there just to watch bikes was just made it really exciting. Even more exciting to actually go down the track and having some people watch you.
Did,
makes
did a
sense.
lot of those riders come over, Dane, after PDRA decided to cut the motorcycle class out of their racing platform? Did a lot of those riders come over there and start racing?
I'm not 100% sure because I've not followed PDRA super tightly, but I do know, if I'm correct, that Braden Davis came over from PDRA.
Hmm.
Right.
He did. He did. Now I tell you, that's something that we found very appealing this year to several of the events we went to, is that there was an opportunity for a couple of the pro stock teams to park on the end, so they were able to have their entire team displayed for anybody coming up to watch, and to watch a pro stock team work on a bike. Obviously, more confined spaces than
Yeah.
some other things, but it's still, you get to see the intricates and the in and outs of the bike, and you can see that they are naturally aspirated. There is no nitrous involved. Everybody's on the same spec fuel, etc. So four cylinders, two cylinders. You see what I mean? So that part of it, it'd be nice if they allowed parking to, people to maneuver a little. I know there's
Yeah.
stack parking rules on parking and stuff like that, but still I think it helps teams by being able to better display their bikes and their teams, even if it rotates from event to event, just for that fact. Because I mean, we saw stuff that we have never seen before. Just like going, wow, we couldn't see this before, but now we're able to walk down the side, and they had a bike up front that they were working on, for example, and had a chance to put all the marketing partners on display. It's simple little things, but that goes such a long way.
Oh,
And
100%.
yeah, and a bike is a wonderful display, or a chance to market for people, because just like Dane said, you can relate to it, you can follow it. You know what I mean? You can keep up with it. You can see the actions of the rider. So you can get tied to it. But tell us, how can people get a hold of you now? How can people follow you and get a hold of you?
So primarily, I'm primarily active on Instagram. Just Daen Paepke, as you see, is my name on my display name on here,
Hmm.
and then I'm also active on Facebook as well. But those would be the two main primary ways. And Instagram, you can reach out to me through the feature on my profile with my through my email or through my phone number on there.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I do have a question for you. You mentioned coming in and run a pro stock motorcycle next year. What would it mean for you? I mean, we're seeing something happen right now that Braden Davis may end up with the Rookie of the Year, of which he's got some stiff competition. You got Spencer Hyde
Yep.
and Funny Car that's running a tight race with him for that title. But what would that mean for you if you came into 2026 and you have a chance to win the Rookie of the Year title?
I think for me personally, that mean a lot since that'd be our version of a championship for that year,
Hmm.
especially if we're being a champion or like how Gage had his rookie season with Vance and Hines would. That would be, I want to say, it of course be difficult to do, but um, being able to one day, if to become a champion, that would be the dream. But being able to win Rookie of the Year, I think that'd mean a lot. And I personally, the biggest thing for me would be a big payback for my parents, my family, maybe my brother too, and just all the different sponsors that have helped me through, like Supermoto, karting as well. Just it'd be a big give back to them. I think that would mean more to me, that it'd show their efforts that helped us more than anything. But going back to that, so in Fallon Top Gun of 2024, I thought I won a Wally, and come to find out, bikes did not get a Wally that day. But
Oh,
during the moment, I thought I
Uh,
won a Wally. I was just tearing up. I was bawling my eyes out since it's a Wally. And
right.
then Gary Stouffer came and picked me up. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I can't speak fluently." And it's just like, I won a Wally. I'm just panting and all over, and just so it would mean a lot, especially if we were to get to the point to winning a Wally. I'd probably break down just from all the emotion, all the dedication and sacrifice that's gone to it. So I think winning the first Wally would be, I'd be a mess, but worth it. But being able to get that Rookie of the Year, if that were to happen, for me, it would mean a lot to me knowing that it would represent all the people that have helped us, and we want to be there without them.
Absolutely.
What's your dad's feeling? I know he's got to be very proud of you. How exciting is he with this opportunity coming up?
You guys there? Oh,
Yeah, it's froze up a
Did
little
you
bit.
hear me?
Oh man, it's freezing a little bit.
We'll give him a second.
Yeah, yeah. But I tell you what, I
I
can't
know.
imagine.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, how excited
I
is
know
your dad
he's
with this adventure coming up?
I know he's been excited since some of the runs where he would film me. I can hear him like scream yeah, and just you can see the phone screen get a little shaky while he's filming just after we won the event. But it I believe he's really excited. I know he's been pretty much he's my best friend. He's after the racetrack he's been like my therapist. I don't know if you would say that, but I've aired out a lot of things. He's been with me every step of the way. He's been there when I was really nervous to get on the bike, when he was really nervous to see me get on the bike. But I know I can I can definitely say that we're both excited. I know he's proud, and I'm just trying to make him and my mom proud as well. But it's just to me, it's very meaningful being able to share this special relationship I have with him. That a lot of I know a good amount of people do not have such a great relationship with their father, and being able to bond over something they both love as well.
Right.
yeah, yeah. That's good to hear. That because you got a really tight family, and like Mitchell said, your dad is very proud of you, and supportive too. So and actually your whole family, not just you, your whole family.
Yeah.
I was just so amazed, learning about that. So
Yeah, I was
that's
telling
good.
telling Robert about your sister doing ballroom dancing, your other sister in track and field, throwing a javelin and stuff. Your brother playing basketball, really very good basketball player. He's probably got some scouts watching him right now
Hmm.
to move up into the collegiate level. And then we have you moving on to become a professional motorcycle rider in the NHRA. Just a wonderful, talented family. What does your siblings think of you
Um,
having this opportunity?
um, really, I know they're excited and proud too. My brother came down to a divisional event we had last year in 2024 in Vegas. It was for me, it was cool having him there, but he was never been to one of my drag races before. But I know he's excited for sure. I know my sisters are as well. But it's like if we're playing some video game, we're playing some cards, it gets really competitive. There's some voices, the voice level definitely goes up, and there's a little tension after each game,
That's a good thing.
especially
That
over just some random game of cards too.
oh
It
yeah.
makes it really enjoyable.
Oh man,
Well, I tell
that'd be
you
fun to
what,
watch.
when you go to order your crew shirts and stuff, let me know. I'll throw in some bucks so I can buy one,
Oh,
so
for
we can
sure.
go right back there with some of the other ones that I have.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, we'll definitely wear it with pride for sure. But I tell you, I look forward to because we want you to continue to keep us in the loop. You know what I mean? As your dream comes together, and you will be on a pro stock bike next year. I feel very confident about it, and you'll do very well. And like Mitchell is mentioning, with your marketing background, you have so much to offer people in the to be able to market for different companies. And so we encourage everybody to reach out to Dane on both Instagram and Facebook, okay, to get involved with him and his team on the pro stock motorcycle side. You will not be disappointed. Okay, the man has a lot of knowledge and a lot of ability, and it's like I said,
And a
it's
work
wide
ethic
open.
that's out of the world.
Yes,
Thank you.
very much so. Very much a very hard working family. Like I said, we don't see you except literally when the race is completely shut
Right.
down. That is literally the only time we've ever saw you long enough to be able to, just talk to you a little bit and shoot the breeze with you and your dad. Other than that, you're hustling. You're constantly working. So we tip
I
our hat to
appreciate
you
that.
because it's a
And
lot of
it's
hard work and it shows.
really going to the different events on the circuit. It means a lot to me just knowing the amount of support and also lifelong friends we made at the racetrack that have also been very supportive of our journey. So I'll keep you guys in the loop for sure.
Oh,
Okay,
please.
and I tell you, when you get ready to, you're probably already working on it, your marketing portfolio. How teams can sponsor or how companies can sponsor in different ways. Um, Shoot us one. Let us look at it, and we'll see if we can do something for you for at least Gainesville being our home track.
Yeah, and that 100% will. And that's when we are able to race Gainesville, it'll be cool having you guys up there, and also just the how historically cool Gainesville is as well.
It is. It is. It's got such a wonderful, rich history, and and they're constantly working on improvements there. So it's going to just continue to be one of the best tracks here in the southeast.
And it's like every no matter what class it is, there's always a lot of fans in the stands, and it's just a great atmosphere and great food there as well. And of course, you have the Gator just down in the pond.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm a little biased, so so yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Dane. You are, but
I remember when Alex Lofton took his remote control boat
Yeah,
out there, and the Gator got it. That was hilarious.
but it's also cool seeing like going to Gainesville and seeing the Gators. No offense, but I'm a Utah State Aggies
right,
fan. But
right,
also cool being able to go to the different tracks on tour and see like the different college campuses, like Gainesville in this case, and just been very fortunate to be able to work with Natalie, and then of course my dad, and travel and see different parts of the country as well. And it's definitely made me a lot more appreciative about where I am in life and where the work that's gone into it. Just seeing the different quality life as we're on the road, but it's just been very cool, and yeah, just very grateful for that.
Well, you reminded me of something. Okay, it slipped my mind, but that's right. You're in college right now. Okay, so you're studying while
Yeah.
working full time and doing everything. So what are you currently studying?
So I'm currently studying international business at Utah State University in Logan, Utah. So we're about 2 hours north of Salt Lake City. And have you guys heard of Crumble Cookie?
I
Yes.
think so. Yes, yes.
So that actually came from the business school I'm currently studying at. So it's
Really?
Utah State's definitely it's a beautiful campus. We're right next to the canyon as well. But going back to racing, it's been a lot to handle at times since this semester. I've been here for 3 weekends out of the 14. I'm going to miss the rest for races or other events. But like for my school schedule, I take classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I don't miss anything for Friday or Sunday while I'm gone. But it's been very cool. It's been a lot to manage at times, but um, also sometimes to be able to just be a college student as well
Mm,
and
Right.
not worry about racing and just kind of be a kid and enjoy the different opportunities that are here on campus.
right, right. That totally makes sense. That is something that when I did go, that I was able to enjoy at least a little bit.
Get
The
those
activities,
experiences.
the activities, the events, sporting events. Whatever. I mean, you're absolutely right. And that's something that Mitchell and I, when we travel a little bit, we do like if we can go across a university campus just to see it and ride through and experience it, just see the different architecture and different things like that. And like I said, every campus has something that makes it appealing and beautiful and
Right.
unique, and that's a great thing about it. But yeah, it just dawned on me till just a second ago that you're still in college. And
Yeah.
oh my gracious, I don't
It's
know how you keep your head screwed on.
He's a hard
we're
worker.
Very, very.
it's cool knowing that we're getting to the point where we can call ourselves a professional athlete soon. But it's definitely not one thing I really try to as much on campus to try to fly under the radar. But going back to being young and the class of pro stock motorcycle, it's I think right now is a really great time to get involved with all the work we've been putting into it. Not only just because of the opportunities, but also we have a lot of younger riders like Chase, Brandon Liddon when they all come out. But it's I think out of all the classes you're seeing youth getting involved in the most, and not just youth, but really experienced youth they're making some noise in the class.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and others like Richard and stuff like that. The way that I say he's burst on the scene, he's been running several years, but I mean, but
Yeah.
still, the way he's really come forward with his riding and his performance, and to others. I mean, it's Corey, for goodness sakes, when Corey moved over into pro stock and stuff like that. I mean, so I love it. Oh, we love watching the competition. We love seeing new blood get involved like yourself to help continue it. So we look forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
thank
history
you.
of pro stock motorcycle is just fascinating. Of course, behind me you can probably see that one crew shirt of John Myers,
Yeah.
and yeah, just going back and thinking about what he accomplished back in the day, and right up above there is a crew shirt of Angels. I just love the history of pro stock motorcycle and where it is today. It is still very competitive. Actually, I would say it's even more competitive now than what it was back then. Uh, and the fan base is growing more and more, and that's
Oh,
what we need.
100%. And it'll be exciting to see how the class performs at the new tracks on schedule for next year, like Maryland.
Yes.
Mm, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. That would be, and depending on what time of the year, Mitchell, you remember what time of the year the Maryland race is?
I
Do
believe
you,
it was
Dan?
in May, correct?
I think it is. I think it's in it after it's after South Georgia. South
Okay.
Georgia's May the 1st, and I think there may be a weekend in between.
Okay, so then what I was getting at is the weather would still be okay.
Yeah, it
Okay,
would be
that's what I was
terribly
getting.
bad. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Because boy, if you catch Maryland right time of the year, buddy, you better hang on. you're you're gonna rotate the earth big time. But you already knew that going in. But I tell you, Dane, we really appreciate you coming on here and taking the time and talk to us. But we
Of
really
course.
sincerely wanted to say congratulations to you on winning your
Thank you.
championship. Hard work pays off, and dedication, as evident by your busy work schedule, busy school schedule, and still working hard to win the 790 championship, and with the working towards your pro stock career. And I tell you what, man, we absolutely wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
And I tell you what, you got you some nice hardware along the way.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's yeah, for sure. It's cannot do it without the support of my parents, my dad, and the Stofers, and just my dad's always been very keen on if you're going to do it right, if you're going to do it, make sure you do it right and do it right the first time. And that's one thing we kept that mentality, and it's been very successful as well with the Stofers, who that's been their mentality with us. So it's been cool as well that we've been their first student. I don't know if you would say that, but in their program of going from starting from a bracket bike and then progressively moving up to where now we're getting ready to go on a pro stock bike. So they've been very, very helpful. I love them to death. They're track parents and could not have done anything without the support of Gary and Karen and just all the things they've taught me on track, but also life lessons off track.
Yeah, I believe you couldn't find any better mentors than them two right there to help you in this process.
Yeah, they've been just can't say enough about them, and it's evident with riders like Gage and Clayton Howie now, who's getting on the scene, but they're just can't say enough about them.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you're also going to have another competitor probably in that pro stock motorcycle category, and that's Alex Lofton, and he
Yeah,
was making some test runs out there at Vegas on Monday.
that was I was actually quite a big fan of Alex back in middle school when he was running pro stock still, but it was really cool to see a driver compete and getting ready to compete, but licensing in all four classes, especially where pro stock bikes or just bikes in general is so different. So it's going to be interesting and fun to see how things play out, but I'm definitely excited to see how it does play out.
That onboard video of him was absolutely priceless.
Oh
That
yeah,
was just, I
he was
mean,
fired up now.
ladies and gentlemen, you need to look it up. He makes a pass and he's slowing down and he's just fist pumping. He is just jacked. You could tell he just absolutely loved it. And I'm like going, that right there, that is what's missing. It's missing is showing the pure raw energy
Emotion.
and emotion, excitement that people have, and it doesn't matter the category you're in, whether it's professionals all the way down to sportsmen, or anything. As you understand, just whatever it might be, track and field, whatever. That raw emotion, that excitement, some mainly highs, some lows, but mainly highs. It really means something. People can attach to that. People can relate to that. And that was good to see. I can't help but to see that made me excited just watching that.
And I hope, Dane, we get to see you do a lot of fist pumping at the shutdown area coming up in 2026.
Yeah, and one of my favorite drivers to be able to watch that pure emotion, especially during his prime, was Steve Torrance, who he get all fired up. But I know I call him my big bro, but one thing he definitely said in the past, I believe on like NHRA, My Story that they did a while ago. But sometimes after making that run, you just feel like you slayed a dragon, just all the emotion pouring out, and you can't really see it under the helmet, but you definitely see it with that fist pumping or just jumping out of the car.
Yeah, gotcha. That totally makes sense, and you're right.
And slamming his hand down on that supercharger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. Almost put a hole in that thing. He was ready for it. But ladies and gentlemen, we encourage everybody to reach out to Daen and to get involved with his team. Okay, you will not be disappointed. Okay, to reach out to him on Instagram, on Facebook, and he'll get right back to you right away. And like I said, it could be a little all the way up to the sky's the limit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I tell you,
Well,
we
Daen, thank
appreciate
you so
everything,
much.
Daen.
For joining us tonight, and really looking forward to you kicking off your next moment of your career. And I've been very excited about this, and I'm glad now I don't have to keep it a secret no more, because
Yeah.
I've been knowing what has been going on behind the scenes for probably a little over 2 years. And your dad again instilled a lot of confidence in me to tell me a lot of stuff that I could keep quiet, and wait for this opportunity to have you on to speak of what's next on the horizons for you.
I appreciate that. And it's been a lot of fun being back on the show. Been looking forward to it, and can't wait to go back and compare and contrast my first time being on it now.
Right. I tell you what, maybe we need to get you on here before you make your debut, and
Yeah,
maybe
I
we'll
would
go
love that.
right on and win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
first
a
thing
game,
first.
No
First- yeah.
stress. No stress.
First thing first, Mitchell. First thing first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, qualify number one. There you go.
Right.
There you go. Just let's keep it simple. But Daen, listen, buddy, we do appreciate it, and we thank you very much for coming on here and taking your time out of your busy schedule. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you guys for taking time as well.
Oh, anytime. You're welcome anytime.
Not a problem, my friend. You and your family are always welcome. You know that.
Thank you.
All right. We look forward to talking to you soon, buddy.
All right. I'll keep in touch with you guys. Great. Thank you for having me. It's great chatting with you guys.
Good chatting with you.
No
too.
problem at all. If you need any help, you need someone to make some phone calls for you, just give me a buzz.
Of course. Thank you.
Anything
All right.
we take care, Daen. See you, buddy.
I tell you, always a pleasure to be able to talk with Daen. Such a very humble person,
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. And the fact, and it makes me chuckle. He's the one with the connections. He's the one that knows the people. you know.
yeah,
And, I mean, he does. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not kidding. Dane is a very, very busy person. Taking care of everybody's social media and marketing questions, and just he's constantly working at the track. I mean, from sun up to sundown, he is constantly, constantly working. So I give the young man credit. He's got a very, very strong work ethic. So we have no doubt that he's going to be successful in NHRA Pro Stock Bikes.
yeah. It's given me an opportunity to see both sides of what goes on, behind the scenes.
Yes, yes, it does.
Just like you said, just a wonderful person, wonderful family, and we hope the best for him and his career. And I'm really looking forward to that first race, seeing him get the motorcycle started and do his first burnout. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I
going to
don't
be
know how.
really great.
I'll be interested to see how Clark handles it. I know Clark can handle it. I know he can handle it, but to actually be there and watch his boy make his first pass at an NHRA national event, you know what I mean? That as a father has got to be
That's a
pretty
proud
emotional.
daddy moment.
Exactly, it's got to be pretty emotional. But that's good. That's good. But like you said, wonderful family, very hard working, very upstanding, and like I said, a really nice, great people, and they've always been super nice and hospitable to Mitchell, and then taking me in and being nice and talking to me, and it's greatly appreciated. It really, really is.
Well, as we wind down the podcast tonight, we want to thank everyone for coming on board and watching us. And we hit 24,000 followers on Facebook just a few moments ago before we went live. We really appreciate that, and also our people subscribing to our Facebook page. Not our Facebook page, but our YouTube channel has actually increased as well. And we're looking forward to better things of 2026. We're also looking for marketing partners that may want to get involved with us. Please just reach us at any time, and we can go over some of the things. We're very inexpensive, probably one of the best bangs for the buck as far as getting your company notarized and with commercials and different things that we can do on our page for you. So feel free to contact us at any time. And of course, next Thursday, we will not have a podcast as we will be live streaming the Fall Brawl, the RT Promotions Fall Brawl at Gainesville Raceway. So really looking for that. Friday is a $25,000 to win, 50,000 on Saturday and 25 on Sunday. So if someone's really good, they can walk away with 100 grand in their pockets. And last year, Robert, what was really amazing last year was the Super Pro car was double entered, and he had to run himself
Oh, that's
in one of the
right.
finals.
I forgot.
So he only didn't get the winner's money, but he got the runner-up money as well. So
I wonder if he
that was
split.
pretty remarkable, and hopefully we'll see something like that again next weekend. But
Well, then we got the mini million coming up also.
the mini
Okay.
million.
Rob's race, the mini million. There's a lot going on. We might have a guest next Thursday. You know what I mean? Because I think doesn't the live feed start on Friday?
Yeah, live feed started on Friday.
Okay, we might have an interview next Thursday.
Okay.
A repeat guest, Mr. Skeeter Wyatt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the little gangster race going on down.
Well, yeah, he's got his invitational, invitational coming up, and as always, Skeeter will let you know exactly what he's thinking. And from what from everybody I talked to and everything that I followed, it was a wonderful event, and people really, really enjoyed it. Jordan got his first win here in the Southeast at
Jordan
that event.
DeCostas.
Jordan DeCosta, yes, at that event. No, I should take that back. I don't know if it was his first win, but he got a win, is what I should have said. And I tell you what, he's a lot of fun, very knowledgeable racer, and really brings a lot of energy to this. So we look forward.
He definitely does have some energy, Robert.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does, boy. He'll tell
I tell you
about
what, I might just sit back and and bring my popcorn in here and just watch the show with y'all two talking.
I don't know if he's got that S-Dime still, but he was telling me about he was ready for anybody and everybody. Any kind of action he wanted to bring, he was on it and then some. Okay, I don't know if he stepped up to the 305 or the three-quarter camera or whatever. He was telling us he had some stuff going on in the back. So we'll see what he's got in store. But I tell you what, looking forward to talk to him because he is always a lot of fun to talk to.
Well, I hope he can come on Thursday. That will be great. Just some icing on the cake before the fall brawl. And I tell you, it's getting pretty intense and pretty close. We'll be a month away next week of going to PRI.
Yes.
Really looking forward to that. We're going to do a lot of interviews on the floor with different vendors, hopefully some drivers. And this year, Robert's going to be able to go as well. Looking forward to that. And we're going to probably split up the duties so we can actually bring you double the content instead of both of us being in one place at one time. We're gonna split up.
Yep, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. That's our plans for this year. We're still lining up some interviews. We have several of them scheduled already. But like Mitchell was saying, he puts in a lot of effort on the page. We both doing stuff and reaching out to people for interviews and the live streams and stuff. There's a lot of effort that goes into this, and Mitchell puts in a ton of it. So we appreciate everybody that reaches out and contacts us, asks us questions and comments. Also, we appreciate everybody that subscribes and follows on Facebook, YouTube. We really want people to subscribe on YouTube. We're working hard to build that up. This interview will be on YouTube, and it also will be uploaded onto Spotify within a day or two. So you'll be able to go on that platform and be able to listen to these interviews. But we also wanted to thank the people that work with us, including Redline Synthetic Oil and also Scorpion Racing Products. And also, like Mitchell said, we're looking forward to 2026. So if anybody wants to get involved with us or would like to, we would like to share with you what we have to offer to you and to your company. And we have a lot of things we want to do. Whether we can do them, we don't quite know yet. Because there's a lot of factors, and everybody understands when we say that. But we have some things we want to do and be exciting. And plus, we want to try to race as much as we can, and that's another challenge.
Yeah, hopefully next year I'll do a little better than fourth.
Well, you did better than me. But we're both blessed. We both had a win this year. We both were able to.
There was a lot of wins in the sportsman class this year.
Oh, there was a lot of new winners and several repeat winners, and congratulations on Bart for winning the track championship again. But also congratulations on Daniel Sayers and Chris for being in the final of sportsmen at the bracket finals in Gainesville, where Daniel came on top of that one. He went to Las Vegas, unfortunately turned it red first round, but still he did an excellent job of representing Division II.
You know what I'm looking forward to, don't you, Robert?
I can think of a lot of things, Mitchell.
I'm looking forward to some Christmas cards from Monica Roberts after I gave her a freebie in the
Yeah. Well,
the quarterfinals, and I would have had to buy right on into the finals. And just go ahead and tell you what Dum Dum did, the nut that holds the wheel. I go up there and I go triple zip, run down the track. I get on the brakes, but couldn't slow it down and brake out. And I mean, all I had to do is just really put the brakes on without sliding the car. And I would have been on my way into the final round to run for a Wally. But, yep, the nut screwed up. That holds the wheel.
We've all done something. We've all done something. And I'll share with you mine for this past year. Dan will appreciate this one. Had a vibration develop in my car, and I couldn't quite figure out where it was at. But it was fine to run eighth mile, but if you went to quarter mile, it would knock the fillings out. It was shaking horribly bad to where I felt it was not really safe to run wide open. So I did what anybody else would do. I took a swag at it. I dialed up 3/4 of a second, and I let off at the eighth mile. I should have let off at 1,000 foot. Okay, so I had Dan Salyers, of all people. We had talked about what game plan I was going to do, and we didn't know we were going to draw each other. So where at the time where I would have given him a couple hundredths handicap, now he's giving me 7/8 head start. So boom, we take off, and I'm out there where I shouldn't be typically, way, way, way early. So got there at 8th mile. I get off the gas, and of course I'm looking back, and here comes Plush just trucking. And I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to get there. So, I only look back, and there's only a couple seconds, and I'm back on the gas. So I'm back on it. We go across the finish line staring at each other, and I break out by 2 thousandths. Okay, now he beat me on the tree, so he had me covered. But I literally went across and broke out by 2 thousandths, and I went across the finish line, I think, second by 1 thousandths. But I'm like going, and I was laughing the whole time, and so was he. Because that was just, it's like a bunch of little kids. Who honestly goes for first round and dials up 7/10 without ever have tried it before? I did. And so everybody knows I fixed the vibration for the next race. I found out what it was, so I fixed it. But
the one good thing on my end, I only had to pay buyback, I think, only once or twice all year, which is extremely well. And my lights just kept on getting better and better. And like at the last race that we had there at Gainesville, the night of fire, I was 038, 024, 002, and triple zip.
Right.
And like I said, Monica, send me some Christmas cards, because what I did? I dialed my car up because the car was warmer than the round before.
Right.
So I dialed it up a little bit. If I left the 12 on there,
well, there's a shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Would have been my baby.
but I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, anybody else out there is listening to this at this point, Mitchell and I, we have run our cars a lot. Okay, so we're getting to the point where we're going to need to freshen them. So if there's anybody that's willing to or wanting to possibly help out on some of that, that would be greatly appreciated. A short block for either one of us would be just fine. You know what I mean? Things like that, parts, tools, all that stuff is appreciated, because we get a lot of use out of what we have.
I'm looking to go bigger. I'm looking to go to a 6.4 liter. So
I'm looking for just freshening up what I got and just do that. But I am looking to do hopefully some updates over the winter. A couple of them, and one of them's kind of dramatic for me, but we'll see.
Well, everybody, I appreciate y'all watching us tonight. And don't forget to catch us next Thursday. Looks like we probably will have Skeeter Wyatt with us. And please join in and watch the bracket racing action of the Fall Brawl. It's a great race. Rob Reynolds and Tim Goolsby puts on. You won't be disappointed. And the great thing about it, if you can't make it, you can watch it right there in your living room.
Absolutely. And remember to follow us and subscribe. And we look forward to talking to everybody next time.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Reliability to drive thousands of miles. Confidence for those who fly high. Redline oil products give you the power to crush the competition. And a track record of being the best. Redline oil products. You push it to the limit. We'll protect it.
Ready to take your engine to the next level? Scorpion Racing Products delivers precision-engineered, high-performance rocker arms that dominate the track. 100% CNC machined in the USA with aerospace-grade aluminum for unmatched strength and durability. Our rocker arms handle extreme conditions with multiple ratios available to fit your needs. backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. When performance matters, choose Scorpion Racing products. Proven, reliable, unstoppable.